Hey guys, my name is James and I'm not a duck, and welcome back to another episode of my comprehensive guide to Redstone, where today we're going to be talking about redstone doors in Minecraft. Last time we talked about droppers and dispensers and how they can both drop their contents as item entities, how they interact with other containers in the game and the differences between how the two do that, like you can see here. And of course also the many other behaviors that dispensers show depending on what items they are dispensing and the environments that they're in, such as firing arrows as if fired from a player, dispensing armor onto players, dispensing TNT, and many other examples too. So if you would like to know more about that, then do go and give that episode a watch, but for now, on to doors. So the thing is that in Minecraft, doors are a very broad topic, but they're also arguably one of the most common redstone builds that players create every single day. Not really counting this, first we have regular actual doors, which can be opened when powered with redstone. Obviously, wooden doors and any other kind of door, other than specifically the iron door, the player can also open and close manually just by clicking on it. But iron doors can only be opened with a redstone. I am trying to click this and open it, but it won't work. A neat trick is instead placing the iron door like this, so that the game sees this as technically its closed state. So that when powering it, it tries to open the door like this, but it's actually closed, locking it. Which of course means that you could also lock it from the inside so that people from the outside won't be able to get in, even with this lever here. But other than literal doors, redstone doors are a very wide topic because they can be made in many ways and in many shapes and sizes. Since all that really makes a door is a piece of wall that you can't go through until it opens up to let you through. Usually when people are talking about redstone doors, they're specifically talking about piston doors. By which I mean any kind of door where pistons are the main thing doing the moving of blocks to open a hole for you to walk through. And again, piston doors are a super wide topic because there's just so many ways to make them. Common doors are doors like these, like a 2x1 door like this one, or a 2x2 door like this one. Very simply made, just using sticky pistons, a redstone torch and some form of lever or button, or even pressure plate as an input. This just works because when the input's turned on and this block here gets powered, the redstone torch gets deactivated and then the pistons retract their blocks. If you want to activate this door with a button instead of a lever, then I would recommend also using a pulse extender of some kind, like this comparator one here, just to hold the door open a little bit longer to give you time to get through. A more common choice for the activation method for a smaller door like these is using pressure plates, since the smaller size of the door allows them to open so quickly that you don't have to stop walking and you can just stroll through as it opens around you. That 2x1 door can even fit inside the corner of a wall and be very nicely hidden away like this, where you just flick the lever, opens the wall, you walk on in. Redstone doors can actually be as small as a 1x1 door area if we use one of the many ways in the game that the player can be put into crawl mode, when they're only then one block tall, such as using a trapdoor like so. At this point, I'll quickly mention two words commonly used to describe redstone doors, and those two words are flush and seamless. A flush door is one that, when it's closed, you wouldn't even know it's there, like this flush 2x2 door, where it just looks like a wall until you flick the lever to reveal a hidden door. And obviously, if you wanted to make a truly hidden entrance, you would replace the lever with a secret key item filter like the one I showed in a previous video on hoppers, giving you a completely hidden secret base entrance. All you have to do is drop an item down, wait, and the door will open before you for you to walk through, before swiftly closing behind you. And a seamless door, on the other hand, is one where you can't see any of the redstone or pistons or anything when it's closed, but also when it's open, everything redstony is completely hidden away from the player's view, obviously just more for aesthetic reasons than anything, so it all looks very nice, clean and tidy. Piston doors, since the addition of honey blocks and their ability to not stick to slime blocks, don't really have a size limit anymore. The only thing is, of course, is that as piston doors get bigger and bigger, they tend to get much slower as well. Just to showcase a few different kinds of piston doors, here is Mumbo Jumbo's 3x3 spiral door, which at this point is about 10 years old and still works amazingly well and fast in the current version of Minecraft. It just looks amazing. I could just watch this thing for hours. And here there is a 4x4 vault door, which again opens very nicely and very quickly, also on the close too. And lastly, here is a typical 6x6 door made with slime and honey block flying machines. Again, it is a bit bigger, so it does open quite a lot slower, especially when it comes to using flying machines to do this. But obviously using flying machines for bigger piston doors like this is really the only way. And even then it's not really that slow. It really is a very nice and elegant door, even if it is typically, of course, a bit difficult to make them flush and seamless, as you can see here with the movable objects and the slime and honey and observers and stuff, all clearly showing. This one doesn't actually use any pistons, but of course redstone doors just have to create a passageway using redstone. So something like this is still a door, even though it doesn't use pistons, since we're using dispensers to retract the lava out of the way of the player to reveal a hidden passage through the wall. Obviously this one is quite slow, you have to wait for the lava to almost completely go. If you're doing a smaller hole, then it is quicker, but honestly it still looks quite nice. And again, you just press the button again to redispense the lava and it will flow down in its own time. Also, of course, if you are building this in the nether, then the lava does flow quicker, so the door would actually open and close a lot quicker in the nether. Unfortunately, to make a door, you do need some kind of motion involved for opening and closing, so pistons and fluids like lava and water, or using lava and water with pistons, are really the only handful of ways to make a redstone door of some kind. There is dozens upon dozens of potential redstone door designs that are possible and that already exist somewhere on the internet today, so I won't be going into any in particular other than what I've already showcased here, but if you do want to see any kind in particular or have any questions about what I've shown here today, then do feel free to let me know in a comment below. So of course, at this point I would normally show how to craft any new redstone components I've introduced today, but this time there's nothing to show, so I will at least say that if you want more information on the piston mechanics or anything about the slime and honey block flying machines, then do go and have a look at the previous episodes in this series for some more info on those. This video is a bit of a shorter one today, where I don't really talk about many mechanics of the game. I just wanted to give a very brief overview of redstone doors in Minecraft before going into specifics in future, because like I said, quite a vague topic, so I want to do some kind of shorter introductory video to them first, which personally I do think is worth doing separately first here. But that will do for me today, guys. I do hope that you enjoyed the video. Please do leave a like if you did, and subscribe if you want to see more, and do leave a comment down below telling me what you thought. So I'll see you next time, guys. Bye!